House Stark. The Starks were a proud and honorable family, with a long and rich history. They ruled the north from their castle at Winterfell, and were known for their strength, integrity, and loyalty. The Starks have a reputation for long faces, brown hair, and grey eyes. Some are known for melancholy and iciness, while others have a wildness sometimes called wolf blood. In the current generation of Starks, several members, for example, Arya and Bran Stark and Jon Snow, have the ability to enter the minds of their direwolf pets as wargs, giving them the ability to experience the senses of their direwolves and to see through their eyes. The latter occurs most frequently when the children sleep, although they are able to do it at will when awake, once they are more practiced. House Stark is one of the great houses of Westeros and is one of the oldest and most powerful noble houses in the Seven Kingdoms. Its sigil is a dire wolf, and its words are "Winter is coming." The house originated in the north, where it has ruled as the kings of winter for thousands of years. During the Targaryen conquest of Westeros, the Starks bent the knee to Aegon the Conqueror, but were allowed to retain their position as lords of the north and keep control of their lands. Throughout the events of the War of the Five Kings and the War of the North, the Starks have proven themselves to be a noble and honorable house, standing up against the tyranny of the Lannisters and the others. Despite their many trials and tribulations, House Stark remains one of the most powerful and influential houses in Westeros. The founder of House Stark is believed to be Bran the Builder, a legendary figure in the history of Westeros. According to legend, Bran the Builder was a wise and skilled architect and engineer who lived thousands of years before the events of the Song of Ice and Fire series. He is credited with building many of the great structures of Westeros, including the Wall, Winterfell, and the High Tower of Old Town. The Starks trace their ancestry back to Bran the Builder, and consider him to be the founder of their house. Bran the Builder is said to have been a wise and just ruler, and his name has become synonymous with strength and stability. The Starks of Winterfell consider him to be their ancestor, and his legacy has inspired generations of Starks to be just and wise rulers. Despite being a legendary figure, Bran the Builder is remembered and revered in Westeros, and his deeds are celebrated in songs and stories passed down from generation to generation. He is considered one of the greatest heroes of Westerosi history, and his name is still spoken with reverence and respect thousands of years after his death. The death of Bran the Builder is not mentioned in the Song of Ice and Fire series by George R.R. Martin, and no information about the cause or circumstances of his death is provided in the books or related materials. As a legendary figure who lived thousands of years before the events of the series, there is limited information available about Bran the Builder, and much of what is known about him comes from stories and legends that have been passed down through the ages. In the world of Westeros, it is not uncommon for the death of legendary figures like Bran the Builder to go unrecorded or to be lost to the mists of time. The stories and legends that survive are often focused on their deeds and accomplishments, rather than their death. As a result, the exact circumstances of Bran the Builder's death remain a mystery, and it is possible that they will never be known. Despite this, he remains a revered and celebrated figure in the history of Westeros, and his legacy lives on through the stories and legends that have been passed down through the ages. The head of House Stark was Eddard Stark, a wise and just lord, who was respected by all who knew him. He was married to Lady Catelyn Stock, a beautiful and cunning woman, who was fiercely devoted to her family. Together, they had 5 children: Robb, Sansa, Arya, Bran, and Rickon.